Hey, it's Dave Marr, Grandmaster of the Business Strategy Game Online. If you're playing the business strategy game, this video that Derek and I have created is the key for success. Let's go in. So the internet screen is a very interesting periphery screen. It operates on the premise that internet pricing should be 40% higher than wholesale pricing. This premise is kind of weird because in today's age, this game happened back in it was built in the year 2000. That they put in an internet screen, but internet decay is generally just as cheap as going to the store, if not cheaper. So, anyways, this whole screen decay has lost its touch with reality. Anyways, that's kind of the rough rule here, and it's that 40% decay must be maintained, otherwise decay it goes into the red. We don't want that. Search engine advertising is a small tool, but it can only be utilized, as far as I'm concerned, decay in the later stages of the game. The internet market is small in year 11, and it grows fast, but late into the game, being 18, 19, 20. It becomes big, and then search engine advertising becomes more relevant then. As for free shipping, as a customer, I love free shipping. However, is that rarely can I ever make it work. There are a few strategies that I've seen around it, but I'm not a fan of it myself. Is that the theory I like, though? But well, this whole internet screen operates in its own weird way. So, your thoughts, Derek, on this screen?
Yeah, I actually agree 100% that this is very out of touch with reality. Yeah, most people shop in the store and can just find it online for the exact same price. It no longer has to be this 40% markup online. Now, in some industries, yes, you will see that. You'll see online the prices are presented at $100, but then in reality, like the actual cost to the wholesale customer will be $30, right? So it is unique in that aspect. Search engine advertising, I think, goes hand in hand if you have good celebrity appeal and brand reputation. So obviously, this company should probably be doing zero search engine advertising. This could potentially, if everybody else was doing high search engine, this could be the one company that could do the free shipping, and it might differentiate your company to make better profit margins in this segment. Um, that's the only time I've ever seen free shipping be worth it, is if search engine advertising is incredibly competitive and nobody's doing free shipping. That's where you can succeed. But other than that, like, yeah, there's really not a whole lot about this page. Just don't don't see that red retail price. That will kill you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's have a look at wholesale marketing. Is that well, this is pretty shitty. First thing, is that we know for a fact, that this company is undersupplied. Okay, the company is not very big, and therefore doesn't have many shoes to sell to begin with. So we go back to this whole idea that there's not enough inventory to make the sales with. Is that the advertising, though, zero? That's not compelling. Is that's not going to pierce the market. The company actually is short shoes. Okay, however, is that this is not growing sales. Is that so we have that price point's okay, I guess. Everything else is okay, not great. The retailer support is okay, but kind of dumpy. Is that you can see retailers are just it's pretty small. Anyways, is that this screen is not compelling. And you see, this is a screen that you're able to increase the advertising up to 30,000, whatever. That doesn't increase net profit. Look at that, 80, no, it's 68. You increase the net profit, okay, it's 43. Doing things doesn't just make net profit happen. You have to do the right and the smart thing. And in this case, is that the issue at hand actually is the lack of inventory, and then work on the marketing thereafter, and try to sell those shoes profitably. Your thoughts, Derek?
Yeah. Honestly, I think this company would just be better off. First of all, just if you look at the competitive assumptions, the SQ rating is incredibly high. This company
Yeah,
can't compete on that. It just can't. They did not put enough money into TQM and SQ and best practices. Give
yeah,
up. Give up. Don't fight with a
that's
company
right.
that has those investments. Go low SQ rating, probably. Probably. Now every game's different. Don't be afraid to raise your prices. I see it happen time and time again, especially if you don't have enough inventory, supply and demand. You raise your price, guess what? People don't want your stuff as more. But on the other hand, you're making a better profit margin. So it actually could benefit this company to raise their prices, especially in Asia Pacific. And then also, I know you were saying about the brand advertising. I see, for example, the brand advertising in Latin America, um, average is 13,000. This company could actually carve out a pretty decent market share by advertising, right?
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, like those are the two big things, mail and rebate, whatever. Nobody, I think the only company that uses rebates anymore is like Menards. Like if you're gonna go fix your house, then you might get a mail-in rebate or something. But those are extinct essentially.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
this is
exist.
another thing of the game that's just totally extinct. Um,
Not
and
not a
then
mail-in rebate. Yeah.
yeah, retailer support, that's something where this company might see some benefit of increasing retailer support, but there's a lot of other things that need to be fixed first.
Yeah.
There's so much more that needs to be happen.
Yeah.
Um, no, this is where when we were talking about strategy, um, you can come to this page, but without a strategy and stuff, you're just gonna be sitting here spinning your thumbs like, what do I do? Um, yeah, I think this company just needs to really sit down and think about where they should strategically go. I
Right.
think
Right.
bottom right corner.
Well, I'd argue different. And there's lots of ways of dealing with this. Okay, one thing is true is that this company is not able to compete at the high quality, high model price point. It will fail at that. But actually, an argument could be made, okay, to be in the upper left. Um, Low models. Remember, it is that low models, okay, focuses what money you put into it and really increases your quality. And is that we saw the strat map, only two companies exist on the left hand side.
Mm,
Is that not attractive? Now, a company is able to move wherever they want, and it depends who they're playing against. But I see an empty corner in the upper left. That's what I would think to do. But it's all contextual. It's all strategy.
yeah. Um, I I agree. I'm also concerned that it's very close to the end of their game. Honestly, at this time, that could be a good strategy. It really could, especially nobody's there,
Nobody's
right?
there. That's the main thing. Nobody's there.
It's a perfect gap. It's
Yeah.
just like still they didn't make the early investments into TQM and best practices.
Is that the enhancement features, if you invest into it for a lower amount of models, there's more impact upon those models. So you
Mhm.
know what the case is that TQM is good for scale, but for smaller amounts. Anyways, it's strategy, and
Yeah.
it's up to this company to figure it out. But
Mhm.
anyway, it's just thoughts. Is that yeah. I'm just saying to myself, I have played this game for a long time. It just dawned on me, you're right, is that I have not done a mail-in rebate for a long time. I remember doing it though. Is that I remember around the year 2000, they used to have these free games. It was Warcraft 2, in fact, and I would buy the game, and the game was free, and I would just have to go just do the rebate and have a check sent to me. You ever doing stuff like that, Derek, or no?
Um, I don't remember too many rebates. I just
Yeah,
obviously like
above your time.
once you get older and you start having to go to Menards and Home Depot and stuff like that, you you start to realize, oh yeah, rebates are actually kind of still a thing. But no, like they're definitely a dying breed. That's something that I'm
Yeah.
sure will be taken out of the game one day, for sure.
We'll see. We'll
For
see.
shoes,
Is
like
that
nobody does rebates on shoes anymore. May the
yeah.
only context is this is wholesale, but in what context does what rebates are? This is something that's interesting, right? Like, I mean, although in the game in the manual it does say that mail-in rebates are for the customer and that has an aspect to it, but you don't hear of rebates for business to business. That's non-existent. So, and nobody does rebates for shoes anymore. I I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
Get rid of
Is
it.
that I well actually I got sent a coupon for a popular shoe store where I'm at. It was like 25 bucks. And of course the shoes are discounted, so it's like 60 bucks for a good pair of shoes too. It's like 60 minus 25 is like 45, and I had other discounts too. So like the shoes are like 15, 20 bucks. So coupons is an idea still, just not a mail-in
Yeah,
rebate.
right, right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Digital
I
coupons, Amazon, digital
yeah.
coupons. Those
On
are
on
always
the
fun.
phone too, is
Yeah.
that they have the apps. Like McDonald's has all these coupons on the app now. So yeah,
Hmm.
time changed. Yeah. So let's have a look into private label. Um, so private label has three defining features to it. Is that the three rules of the game? First off, is you have to have at least sell 100 shoes. You have to meet the minimum SQ, and the third rule is you have to have the lowest price relative to everyone else. Okay, to make sure you sell the shoe. There is market share limitation rules in regards to this as well, which is double your respective market share. Um, in the case of this company, okay, I can see that the company actually does have a fair amount of production space not utilized, and it's not going to private label, obviously. So therefore, this is a fail here. This is nothing nice to look at. Um, yeah, your thoughts, Derek?
First thing, global minimum. You never need to be over the global minimum. The only time you want to be global a little bit over is if I have seen times where it looks like you're at a 5 SQ rating, but technically the game is kind of glitched and you could go down to a 4.9 if you don't make sales or something. It has something to do with your image
Okay,
rating, I
I can
think.
see that.
I've seen that a few times. So just be on the kind of the careful end and maybe you want to do 5.1, but never in any circumstance you're just wasting money. Who wants
Yeah,
to waste money for nothing? It's pointless. That's something I noticed. Like this company, go right to 5, be done with it.
right.
Another thing too is I think people don't truly, I think people underestimate the power of private label. Even if you break even, you're still gaining image rating,
Yeah,
right? You're
market
still
share.
maintaining market share. You're cutting somebody else's chances at making a profitable sale. So I have seen games where they're super cutthroat, they suck. And then eventually, you will get out of private label. Oops. You will get out of private label because it really doesn't make sense. And then everybody else is fighting for losing money. And then you go back in later if that's the right decision. Um, but other than that, like private label is a great little way to make a little bit extra money on your EPS and get that image rating up. The only concern is it's a bidding war, you know,
That's a good one.
it's a bidding war, and don't sell more than, well, we saw this in my part one. That one company sold 2,800, was trying to sell 2,800. 1,000 of their shoes just went to waste. Like, well, that's a question. Do you know if the shoes actually stay in their inventory or is it just unutilized capacity?
Is that the game as of 2024 is underutilized capacity. Is that
Okay.
private label has also gone a big shift. In the past, you would put shoes into private label, and if they didn't sell, they would actually sit as inventory. That actually was the
Mhm.
old style of the game. Um, yeah, is that and also just for our viewers out there, what is private label? Okay, because like not everyone knows what private label is. Is that actually when I first saw the screen, I had no idea either. I had to ask my professor who explained it to me. And just for everyone to know what it is, okay, is that private label is a company who is asking a producer or supplier to make a product for them under their specific specifications. Walmart does this all the time, okay? But for the purposes of this, let's talk Costco. I love Costco. Um, is that Costco's private little brand, their house brand is Kirkland. Costco outsources suppliers to make their brand. They stick their label on, and that's Costco's Kirkland brand. That's what these shoes are. Other companies are out there are asking our company, or sorry, are asking the industry. They want these shoes. Which company can produce for them, okay, at the best rate? That's what's happening here. Yeah,
And I think it's great. Low, it's kind of smart in some ways. Like
yeah,
Costco, they don't have to open up a factory.
that's right.
They don't have to open up a factory. They're already getting great costs and stuff. They know the product's going to sell. Like,
Yeah,
I think it's a great decision
yeah.
on their part. So, absolutely.
And actually, is that as the retailer, selling the house brand, you make a better margin on it because like all of the costs, okay, are really controlled, um, by the corporate house. And like in this example, using Costco's Kirkland brand.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like in the context of like my dad's supermarket, like there's like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, right? Those are national brands. They're carried nationally by all retailers. But it's deemed to be cheaper. There's other brands which are not Costco and Pepsi. They kind of taste similar, but it's their own recipe, and that's made by the house, the corporate house of the store who's supplying the retailer, and there's just better margins on it. So what? Now people could argue better taste on Coke or whatever Pepsi for stuff like Saran wrap. I'm not loyal to whoever makes a Saran wrap. I just buy whatever's cheapest. Same thing with garbage bags. Okay, so
I don't know. I kind of like Glad. I'm just kidding.
okay,
I don't
yeah.
know. I honestly, if you ask me what garbage bag I use, I have no idea. I
I
usually,
think I think it's Glad though. I think I use Glad. And only because Costco sells it, I just buy like 1,000 whatever. I'll
yeah.
eventually use it.
And then we'll use just like if we have like a Walmart Target bag or something,
Yeah,
we'll just use that as the small garbage cans, like
right, right.
so. Anyways, celebrities. This is the gold. This is has so much potential and money for this company specifically. Um,
Hmm.
I see dollar signs all over my screen right now because
I
in
do too.
year 17, to have celebrities this affordable, I would be bidding. This is a huge question. How much would you bid?
Okay,
Here, let's play a game.
let's
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 play.
play the game. Let's play the
Okay.
game.
All right.
Now remember, the game is this. Okay, the point of this the point of celebrities is that you want the lowest price that gets the celebrities
Mm-hmm.
while still getting them. But there's a few rules. Okay, is that there is like five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 celebrities. You're only able to get up to three at a time. Only up to three. So is that if you and I were bidding, we'd get both as long as we're bidding above the average. Um, but anyways, it's that let's write it down. What the price point is, and
So we're just doing like, let's just say Jay-Z. Let's say JXYZ, the 3-year celebrity. I'll write down what I'll bid for him and you write down what you bid.
okay, so we're just doing for per celebrity, right?
Yeah, just one. I mean, it's just
Okay,
fun, like, right? I don't want to do every single one. It takes too long.
right. Well,
Um,
is that my thought? Is that I would just okay. Let's just do it. Okay.
okay, hold on. So for Jay-Z, 3-year celebrity, and we'll do one of the 2 years. So one 3-year, one 2-year. So we'll just say Jose Montana, what you'd bid for Jose too.
Okay.
Um,
Is that
hmm,
I have my bid down. Have you written down your bid?
no.
Okay. Now
Kind
it's
of
all about style. The way I approach celebrities is different how you approach celebrities, and is that what this company does to move forward? That's their strategic decision. Yeah.
okay. I'm ready with Jay-Z.
Okay.
JXYZ.
So this is what I would do. I would bid $10,983 This goes into the 5 digits. And the case stands as this. I bid that for 10,983 for all of these celebrities, all of them. And basically, okay, is that I will lose a few. I'm only able to get three, but I will get something, like
Yeah.
the two or three. And you know what? Is that if a person so let's hear Derek's bid, but if it's higher than mine, he'll get celebrities too, but he'll get them at a higher rate.
Yep. So
So
Jay-Z or JXYZ, I'm at 11,111. So I did
okay,
11111 across the board. So I would have
right,
beat you on that one. Now, what I like to suggest and do is I like to kind of start it a little bit higher, and then I like to kind of I focus on 3 year first. 3 year is always the best because prices always go up. So why wouldn't you want to lock in somebody cheap
yeah,
early on? But then I would have probably done like I would have done a little bit lower, a little bit lower, and a little bit lower to try and get some cheaper celebrities too. It just depends. It depends on the context. But so for example, for Jose Montana, I would have only done 10,250 at this
hmm,
time, approximately, right? Or maybe even a little bit less. But in retrospect, if I think about it more, I probably should have started a little bit higher.
hmm,
Maybe I would have been bidding. Well, also this company doesn't make a whole lot of money too. That's a whole nother thing, right? They're probably only going to be making 700, 800,000 this year if they max everything out. That kind of adds up. But if you're making $1.6 billion, this is nothing, right?
hmm,
11,000 is pocket change to that
right,
company, where this company, it actually matters how much they spend. So, but no,
hmm,
that's fun. I would have beat you on Jay-Z. I would have got Jay-Z, but I would not have gotten
yeah,
Jose, or you would have got the other 3 years at this case.
okay.
Mm-hmm. So I would have say you would have won that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a point of interest, okay, is that right now Derek and I are just doing just the two of us. We bid for celebrities. You bid higher than me, Derek. You paid more than me.
I like celebrities.
Yeah, you saw you
I
saw
like
them.
celebrities
However,
in BSG. I could care less about them in real life. I really don't care. I don't
oh,
follow
okay,
it. It's pointless to
yeah,
me. But when it comes to BSG, I had like I like high advertising
yeah,
strategies. So of course celebrities are super vital
yeah,
for that strategy. You cannot do economies of scale effectively without celebrities, in my
right, right.
opinion.
Um, well, there are times, okay, like I've seen it where the entire industry is bidding 30,000, and oh, and by the way, is that as of the rules as of 2024, right now, the rule is that if there's ever a tie, it goes to the company that has the least amount of celebrity appeal. Oh, sorry, brand reputation.
Mm,
So, anyways, okay, that rule has changed over the years, but that's what it is right now. Um, is that celebrities are very, very strong. It'd be very, very strong for this company specifically. However, okay, is that there are many times that I've had to operate without celebrities. They're too expensive. The company's not powerful enough, or I can't get them.
yeah.
And you know what, okay, is that you want to base your advantages within the supply chain structure, okay? In the other areas of the game that have the absolute advantages that can never be taken away from you. You can't have your advantages wrapped up into a celebrity that like Taylor Swift, and she just says, you know what, I'm done with you with this company and this brand image. I'm gonna walk away to the competition across the street. That's that's not the best way for a long term approach. So therefore, if a company's strategy is all about celebrities, is that well, you don't have them, you don't have much. But anyways, they are used. I use them. I like the bid for them. So
I think another thing that students get confused is you can have more than three celebrities. You can only get three per year,
yes,
but you can
three
have as
per
many as
year,
you want. I've seen industries where they've had literally every celebrity, and I
right?
love it. I love
Yeah.
seeing when a
Well,
company has every celebrity, unless they're paying 30,000, then it's like,
that's that's
pretty,
not
that's a pretty big chunk of change. You better be making $2 billion or
yeah.
more at that
Mhm.
point. So, anyways,
So let's have a look at corporate
CSR.
publicity.
Yeah. There's going to be changed to DEI pretty soon. It's going to be DEI initiatives versus corporate social responsibility. It's going to be like
What's
one of those
DEI?
diversity, equity, and inclusion or
Oh,
something. Yeah, it's
that.
something that's really big right now in
Right,
corporate America and stuff, and I just think that
right.
it's gonna be. I'm guessing what's gonna change in this game. Like this is my prediction. It's gonna be corporate social responsibility and DEI initiatives, probably.
Is
So
that in the other game Globus is that they also have a diversity inclusion thing. You know what they call it DEI? It just means just not white males, okay? So that's what it means. So
yeah, yeah, we could talk about that all day. Um, so anyways, yeah, CSR. This one. Um, quite frankly, I don't know. I don't know what you want to say. Like, there's certain things that you should do, and there's certain things that you shouldn't do, in my opinion.
okay. In the past, I used to be very selective on which ones I liked. But actually, at this stage, is that I've just gotten accustomed. I like doing everything. I don't want to be caught. I know it's expensive, especially the green packaging, the recycled boxing and packaging. Um, except for charitable contributions, I guess I'm just not that charitable. There's even the whole context is that you give charities is that incidentally, okay, is that I actually was on the United Way board this last year. It's true. Only 60 cents on every dollar that was collected went to the charity. Sorry, like went to the people for the charity. Because the other 40 cents, okay, is for the infrastructure, is to go pay for this and that. And to pay everyone's big salaries at the very, very top, right? So I don't do charity, but everything else, green packaging, ethics training, improved working conditions, supplier code, um, I do it all. I like the image rating, and you gotta do it early, K, if you want to get all of the points for image rating from this specifically. Um, yeah, your thoughts, Derek?
Yeah, as I would say, I see a lot of people overspend in this. It's not that important. And also, the corporate social responsibility award is useless. It's just a gold star. Don't,
Yeah, just yeah.
it's just a gold star. That's all you get, right? You get a cookie. Um, I do like improved working conditions. This is where me and Dave will probably disagree. I like saving it for the last thing just because it gives you a nice little boost to your
Right.
score. Um, but this is one thing I actually do wonder if you do improve working conditions early on, because it is a one-time productivity increase, technically it's still is it still helping your image rating though? And is there any long-term benefits of doing it early on?
Well, actually, is that the way I know it says like a yes or no. However, is that to me it's an ongoing commitment, and you get
Right.
image points every year. Is that the whole this whole screen of K is towards collecting image points, which is the one factor out of five, which is not financially related. There's nothing to do with net profit. Um, other than it does impact net profit negatively. Um, is that you're able to get image rating points by market share and SQ. So therefore, okay, is that there's lots of ways. This is just one way. Um, so yeah, is that a company doesn't have to invest into this, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just different styles.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to finance. Let's wrap up.
Yeah.
Let's get to finance and stuff. I think everybody's falling asleep probably,
Now,
but I've had fun. And it's been a good
yeah,
video and stuff.
yeah. Image rating on this company is shit though. Like it's like, is that 50? Is it 50?
60.
60.
Yeah, it's okay. Not the
Shitty.
best.
It's below
Yeah.
investor expectations, okay? It's a big fail.
Honestly, at this point, just to reiterate, at this point for
Yeah.
this company, I would say image rating is the least of their concerns. I would focus highly, I'd focus highly on profit.
Okay.
Profit, EPS, ROE, I'd be buying back a bunch of shares. I would they could buy all these shares back at $48 and their share price is probably going to just go up.
As long
Now,
as it goes up, it's a good investment.
right, which it should. It should. The only concern I have is what are they going to do after they buy back all their shares? Because once they buy them all back, you're not going to improve your ROE very much, right? It's going to be pretty slow. So there's a fine, like you have to finesse how many shares you're buying back because you definitely do not want to reach the end game and not have anything to buy back. That's just
Hmm.
where I'm at. I don't know. Also thank you for pulling the early loan repayment up. Another big question is refinancing. Could you click that
Yeah,
again
of
really quick? Um,
course.
I think a lot of people don't consider that, oh wait, you could get a 7.3% interest loan down to 7.2 if you wanted to. Um, I would not do a 1 year loan. That would be really stupid, quite
Yeah.
frankly. To take all your 10 and 5 year loans and just refinance them all into 1 year loans and just have a rolling 1 year operational loan. I don't like that. I do not think operational loans are very good in that aspect. There's good long-term debt and there's good short-term debt. Um, I've only seen the benefit of long-term debt in BSG. And then
Legal.
yeah, well, okay. You go on the long-term versus short-term debt.
Well, okay. Is that I'm not too sure about yourself, okay. However, okay, is that I do carry a mortgage, like most working people out there. Is that you want the rate to, ideally speaking, be as low as possible for as long as possible because it's secure. I actually tried a variable rate on my interest, and you know what? It's nail biting. You see the interest rates going up, and that's actually what's been happening this past while. You just bite nails, and you get stress. Is that versus a fixed rate, 10 years? Well, I know what it is. It's a known fact. Now it's actually stress-free. It's peace of mind. You're buying peace of mind here.
Hmm.
Um, 1 year loans is that if you have to, you have to. Okay, is that like this company's even lucky to even be trusted by the banks still. Is that the banks actually are still trusting this company with money, so it can actually, in fact, borrow money. But there's companies out there, and maybe it could be a few companies out there who are watching this video that this is all grayed out. That's not good. And something else too. Okay, this could also be grayed out too. That means a stock halt. Okay, and that's like I wouldn't be under I wouldn't want to be under investigation for being delisted from the stock exchange. So it's all debatable. Of course, lower interest rates is preferable. And in terms of stock buybacks, only when you anticipate an increase in stock price, just like the real stock market. Okay. And same thing too. If you expect a decrease in your stock price, a material decrease, and it does happen, then selling shares before the decrease is also smart because you don't want to be that bag holder, okay? Like me on a few shares that I had to buy in the past.
I've done that on cryptocurrency
Yeah,
plenty,
right,
where
yeah.
I held on when I probably should have just sold and been done with it
Right.
and stuff.
It's
But
nosediving. It's nosediving. Yeah. So it's the real stock market. I actually think it's a very good thing to have in the game is that it teaches a lot of people how it kind of works in the mindset and how it feels okay when things go up and down. Because actually it's going on every single day. Um,
mhm.
is that this part actually is the most realistic part of the game about how it all operates. But anyways, yeah. So that's
Last,
the BSG.
yeah, last thing, dividend. I like small incremental dividends. I don't really do much. And some students will ask, like, oh, I bought back all my shares. How much of a dividend should I give? Well, if you have the extra cash and you paid off all your debt, go ahead. Give out a big dividend. Um, that's really the only case scenario for the most part. I mean, there
Yeah.
are other variables, but yeah, that's all I have. Well, thanks. Thank you for inviting me to your
No,
I mean, inviting me to your channel, I guess. Although part one is on my channel. So
yeah,
again, if you haven't seen part one, go to my channel, and then hopefully everybody from mine went to yours. Again, I'm no longer tutoring BSG or helping. I'm working on my own thing. If you have any questions, Dave is your guy.
yeah.
Moving forward.
Thanks. And you're able to
Awesome.
see a link to my website at the link below. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.